Okay, let's remember what we've learned this week about percent. First of all, percent means out of 100. So 50% is equal to 50 over 100, or 0.50. To change a percent to a fraction, remember that percent means out of 100. Take the percent, put it over 100, and then reduce. You don't need a percent sign anymore. You're changing it from percent to fraction. So this reduces to 16 over 50, which keeps reducing till you get to 8 over 25. 25%, put it over 100, 25 over 100. When you reduce that, you get 1/4, think quarters. 57 over 100. This one won't reduce. It's already reduced as much as it will go. So there are the answers. To change a percent to a decimal, first we're going to locate the decimal in each one of these numbers. In the bottom number, the decimal is easy to find. It's right there. These three numbers, the decimal's there, we just don't write it. Okay, you don't usually write a decimal unless there's something on the other side. So first, locate the decimal, and then second, we're going to move the decimal to the left. Okay, so if I move this decimal to the left, it goes over here, so that's 0.6. No percent sign. Remember, we're changing from percent to a decimal, so there's no percent sign in the decimal. We're changing to just a decimal. Move this one, 0.06. Move this one, 3.82. Move this one, 0.0658. Okay, to change a decimal to a percent, okay, you're going to move the decimal to the right. And then you're going to add the percent sign. So, 0.25, 2 to the right, 25%. 6.2, 2 to the right, 620%. 0.089, 2 to the right, 8.9%. 0.3, 2 to the right, 30%. Okay, changing fractions to percent. There's 3 steps. First, check and see if there's a fraction decimal equivalent. If there is, you're going to be in good shape and you don't have to keep going. If there's no fraction decimal equivalent, we're going to look for a shortcut. If there's no fraction decimal equivalent, there's no shortcut, then we divide up. Those are the steps, so let's look at these and see which steps we need. Okay, 5/8. Oh, there's a fraction decimal equivalent. If you memorized your fraction decimal equivalents like I asked you to, or if you can find your fraction decimal equivalent sheet, you'll find out that that is 0.625. So, we have a decimal. How do we change a decimal to a percent? 2 to the right. So that's 62.5%. That's your final answer. 1/2. Most of us know that that's 0.5. 0.5, 2 to the right, means 50%. 2/20. I don't have a fraction decimal equivalent for the 20ths, but what I do have is a shortcut. If I could get to 100, since a percent is out of 100, wouldn't my top number be my percent? So how can I get to 100? 20 times 5 is 100. So 2 times 5 is 10. So that's 10%. Okay, let's try these. 3/16 is not a fraction decimal equivalent on my sheet. There's no shortcut. When there's no shortcut and there's no fraction decimal equivalent, you have to divide up, which means the top number goes in the box. The bottom number goes outside. You add a decimal and some zeros, however many, and keep going till it comes out. So 16 goes into 30 one time. Okay, 16 goes into 140. Well, let's see. Let's try 8. 16 times 8 is 48. 1 times 8 is 8 plus 4. That's 128. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so that was what, 8? Okay, bring your 0 down. 16 goes 8 times into 128. It must go 7 times into 120. 16 times 7. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 4 is 11. 112. Oops, it's an 8. Bring down another 0. That was 7. And 16 times 5 is 80. So I divided till it came out even. Now I have 0.1875. I need a percent. So move your decimal 2 to the right, and that's going to be 18.75%. 3/4 is on your fraction decimal sheet. 3/4 is 0.75. Move your decimal 2 to the right. 75%. 4/25 has a great shortcut because 25 goes into 100 evenly. Think quarters. 25 times 4 is 100, so 4 times 4 is 16, so 16%. Now, remember, we learned this formula. You need to memorize it. Percent over 100 equals is over of, because all of the percent problems will work with this formula. Let me remind you how. When it says 3 is what percent of 9, you're going to say, oh, here's my is, here's my percent, here's my of, and you're going to fit those into the formula. So what's the percent? That's your x. That's what we're looking for. 100's always here. 3 is. 9 is of. Then remember, cross multiply and divide by the leftover. So 300 divided by 9. 300 divided by 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times, it's going to repeat, isn't it? It's going to keep going. So that is going to go right here. And since it's a repeater, go ahead and put the line over it. And remember, when it's in x's spot, when x is in the percent spot, there's a percent sign. So there's the answer to that one. Okay, let's try another one. Remember the formula, percent over 100 equals is over of. Here's the percent, here's the of, that means the is our x. So we're going to put 8 over 100 equals x over 50. And then we're going to cross multiply. 8 times 50 is 400. 400 divided by 100 is 4. So x equals 4. That's our answer. Okay, here's a different kind of problem, but it works the same way. Remember the formula. Percent over 100 equals is over of. Here's my is, Here's my percent, here's my of. So, percent is what I'm looking for because there's no number with it. So that's x over 100 equals is 6 and of is 12. So 6 times 100, that's 600, cross multiply, divide by 12, you're going to get 50. So 50%. Important, when the x is in the percent spot, you must have a percent sign. Here's the next one. Remember the formula. Percent over 100 equals is over of. So here's our is, here's our percent, here's our of. So 20 goes in the percent spot, 100 goes there, 3 goes in the is spot, and x is our of. That's what we're looking for. So 3 times 100 is 300. 300 divided by 20. There's my 10. Okay, 300 divided by 20 goes in once, and then it goes in 5 times. So x is 15. You don't put a percent sign because it's not in the percent spot. You only put a percent sign when your x is in the percent spot. Here's your video homework. Have a lovely weekend.